What's going on, Falcon fan? This your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're going to talk about the keys to victory for this Sunday night game, another game in prime time for our Atlanta Falcons. We got to get another win. We want to be able to take home field advantage. We will unfortunately was not able to do that first game of the season. Yes, we're playing the Super Bowl champions, but the Falcons can pull this game off. They got to come to our stadium and play against us in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So let's talk about these keys. See how the Atlanta Falcons going to be able to get it done this weekend. Certainly, some things they definitely need to work on. Good way to pull off a good, gutsy win in Philadelphia in the enemy territory. Being able to play really good football, especially that last 2 minute drive, bar offense, and you know, head off to Young Wei Koo as well, being able to kick that 48-yard field goal because of the 15-yard penalty that were received by Drake London for his celebration after the touchdown. So we're definitely gonna get into today. I got some good keys. I think that if the Atlanta Falcons able to do some of these things, and it's going to be lined up with some of the things they was not able to do well, you know, in Monday night's game, that if they clean up some of these things, definitely I think the Atlanta Falcons can win. So, guys, with that being said, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like button so I know you guys are here to talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in here to talk about. That's right, these Atlanta Falcons. So, guys, real quick, we're going to get right into it today. We're going to talk about our offensive keys. And when you think about offensive keys for this Atlanta Falcon defense, it's really simple when you think about it. And the first key for our Atlanta Falcons is definitely continue to run the ball. I think that's one of the, if you want to talk about anything that's been working really well for our Atlanta Falcons this season so far, especially in the first two games, is being able to run the football. I think they need to continue to do that. The running game sets up so many things what we want to do in this offense. And plus, it's really effective as well. So we got to be able to continue to run the ball. Once team get more and more film on you, they're going to start to try to take away some of the things that you do well. So we got to be able to continue to do that. We already knew how excellent our offensive line was when they run blocking, and we just got two awesome dynamic backs as well that can be able to to rip off runs down the field. Bijan is just amazing. Tyler Algier is just another level himself. So you like the way the Atlanta Falcons are able to, move the ball on the ground, and they need to be able to run the ball. It's just that simple. If they do that, it sets up everything. You see how it opens up the play action pass for us, things like that. If they can continue to do that this week, Atlanta Falcons will give themselves an opportunity to win the game, and that's being able to continue to run the ball as well as it has these first two games. Kind of slowed down a little bit in that second half in the Pittsburgh game, but that's fine. You got to have balance anyway, so you want to be able to run and pass, have the balance that you can have. My second key on offense is the pressure from the Kansas City Chiefs. We know Chris Jones over there. They got Karlaftis over there. Steve Spagnuolo is an excellent defensive coordinator, and he will bring pressure from time to time. So we got to be able to hold up against the pressure. Chris Jones is a different type of pass rusher. He's a big, powerful guy. They line him up, in all over the line. And trust me, he tried to identify the weak spot on the offensive line and try to take advantage of that. If you go back and look at that Thursday night game against the Baltimore Ravens, he was picking his spots, trying to figure out how to put pressure on Lamar Jackson. It will be the same kind of thing you'll see this week from Chris Jones. So first, you got to make sure he don't wreck the game. It's the same thing when you think about a guy like TJ Watt, but it's like I said, it's a different guy. He's not as speedy off the edge, but he does have tremendous power and be able to utilize his hands and get in the backfield. So pressure is going to be huge against this team. The Atlanta Falcons did a really great job against the Philadelphia Eagles, where really not much all from the Philadelphia Eagles, especially in that last drive. So the pressure is going to be huge. We can run the ball and try to eliminate a lot of pressure. We have good time for Kirk Cousins to be able to go through his progressions, have good pocket, a good solid pocket where he can deliver the ball down the field. Seems like Kirk Cousins is getting more and more into his rhythm, through the season, and that's what you like to see. So the pressure is going to be really, really huge to try to stop from this Kansas City Chiefs defense. And then last but not least, one of the things that's really been hurting us, a bugaboo for the Atlanta Falcons over the first two games, is third down percentages and red zone. We're moving the ball. I talked about the running game, how effective it is, moving the ball up and down the field. But what really has been hurting the Atlanta Falcons is the red zones and the third down. But third down is really one of the biggest issues for us. We were 2 for 9 in both games on third down, which if you look at percentages, and I don't really go off that, you got to go to every game has its own identity for it. But when you 2 for 9 on third down, usually don't win a whole lot of those games. So definitely hurt us in the first game. You add that on with the 3 turnovers as well in that first game, being 2 for 9 on third down. That's definitely a recipe for not doing really well in the game. And we saw how that really was on display in that first game of the season. Now you go to the red zone. We're just not putting the ball in the end zone where we're getting field goals. I think Younghoe Koo missed 1 field goal this season, but for the most part, we're getting in the red zone. We're actually able to get down there and do some of the things we need to do. However, we're just not able to capitalize. We got to be more efficient. I just talked about running the ball. If we can run the ball better in the red zone, that probably would be huge. And I think we just got to call better plays. You got to take advantage. You got 2 big targets in the red zone. Give those guys opportunity to make plays. Now, if they're zoning it up, I can understand that, but if you get any man-to-man coverage with Drake or Kyle, you got to give both of those guys a chance to try to make plays. And in the red zone, of course, the it's really condensed there. So you're going to have to make confident throws, make throws, and give your guys opportunity. So red zone and third down is really going to be huge for the Atlanta Falcons on Sunday, because I think the Atlanta Falcons are going to need to score points, and that's just because we're playing, Patrick Mahomes. The guy is amazing. He's going to be able to do some things, and you hate to see it, but that's just the way it is. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You just have to deal with it. So we got to be able to score points in the red zone. So there you have it for offensive keys, guys. You got to be able to run the ball, continue to do something that you've really been doing well over the first 2 games of the season. Eliminate the pressures, from the pass rush, and give your quarterback time to have a clean pocket, just like you did in that last drive, to pull off the win against the Eagles. And then, guys, you got to be able to start to convert on third downs. Try to stay out of third and longs. That definitely would help. But you also got to be able to punch it in the red zone. So those are my keys to victory for the Atlanta Falcons on the offense side of the ball. And hopefully, we can hit 3 for 3 on this weekend on the offensive side. And if we do that, I tell you guys, we'll have another victory podcast the next day. All right, let's get into the defensive keys for these Atlanta Falcons. So the defensive keys for our Atlanta Falcons is we want to, and it's just crazy, right? Because when you think about it, the way the Atlanta Falcons have been playing, especially where they play against the Philadelphia Eagles, they was willing to have the bend no break mentality. I would think with the Kansas City Chiefs, That's definitely the philosophy they need to have. You want to invite the Kansas City Chiefs to run the ball, especially now that Isaiah Pacheco is going to be out. They did, upgrade one of their guys that they had off the practice squad, and they also signed Kareem Hunt as well, bringing him into the team to the practice squad. So we'll see if he get elevated up to play on Sunday. But when you're looking at the Kansas City Chiefs, um, you want to take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. So in my opinion, and if you look how most teams been playing them, and they're willing to do it because usually it seems like Patrick Mahomes get a little impatient, being methodical, driving the ball down the field, and he has got better at it over the last couple of seasons. But he wants to throw the ball deep. You're going to limit that, so you're going to play that too high safety. You're going to have a light box, and you're going to entice the run game. And then you got to go up. The defense need to come up and make plays. Didn't work as well as we wanted it to in Philadelphia. However, it was good enough, to get the win. I think the Atlanta Falcons should kind of use the same philosophy. So my first key is to be able to go out and entice the run game for this Kansas City Chiefs. You don't want to let Patrick Mahomes get going, throwing the ball up and down the field. So you want to be able to make him read the defense and take what we give him, and we got to come up and make plays. So I'm saying this, and it sounds crazy, but we want to invite the run game for the Kansas City Chiefs and limit some of Patrick Mahomes trying to do some of the dynamic things he do in the passing game. Second key is we need to make him uncomfortable as much as we can. He's a quarterback that really likes to play off schedule. He's really good off schedule. So I don't know how much you want to bring pressure, and bring in simulated pressures and blitz and things like that. But if the front four can get home, I know that their starting left tackle had a lot of problems in that game against Trey Henderson for the Cincinnati Bengals. We need to take advantage of that. We got Matthew Judon over there, any our pass rushers. They can take advantage of the young rookie left tackle going out. Now he was pulled from the game because he was having so many penalties and things like that. They pulled him at the end, so it'll be interesting to see if they actually put him back out there. But we got to make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable in the pocket. As of late, like I said, he's impatient, so he does tend to turn over the ball. So we can take chances and get him uncomfortable, make him go to field because, like I said, he's a home run guy. That's what you want to do. He's really good off schedule, so you want to be able to play your keys, play your position, play in your zones that you need to play, and don't let him kill you with the big play. So I like the way this defense could be shaping up the way to stop them. I think we have the pieces, especially on the back end, to compete and be able to limit Patrick Mahomes and having explosive plays in the passing game. But you got to be able to play it the right way. It's just that simple. If you can play it the right way, I think you'll be successful. So, you know, I just think you gotta think about how you're gonna play certain people, and with him, I think is one of the things. And then third but not least, guys, don't let this be um Travis Kelsey breakout game, right? I hate it when players, don't come out and play up to their par in the first two games, and that's what we've seen from Travis Kelsey. And so, we don't want him to have a breakout game against the Atlanta Falcons. Take him out, take him away from the game. That's one thing I always liked about somebody like a Bill Belichick. He wasn't going to beat you, right? That's one of the guys. And when you think about it, they weren't going to let a guy like Travis Kelsey beat you, so they was going to take him out. And I would invite the Atlanta Falcons to do something similar to that. I know they have Rasheed Rice. They got your rookie speedster that they got out there as well, but Worthy. But at the same time, Travis Kelsey is that guy. That's the guy that he wants to throw the ball to. That's the guy that he loves. His safety, security blanket, and things like that. So if we can take Travis Kelsey out of the game and give him extra attention, that's what I would do. I definitely would do that. Sometimes you be like, you're not gonna beat us, somebody else will beat us. They do got. I do like the way Rasheed Rice have progressed over the last 2 seasons, he's looking really good. He look like a bona fide number 1 receiver. So we need to make sure we don't lose sight of him. But to my opinion, Travis Kelce is the answer. So that's what I believe that Atlanta Falcons need to do on the defensive side of the ball. Like I said, first key is to invite the run game. Take the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. Keep too high safety. Don't let them go over your head. Come up, make plays, get out the field on third downs. That's the key. Second key is to make Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable in the pocket by any means necessary. He is really good, like I said, in off-schedule plays and getting out the pocket, making incredible throws. But we need to try to limit those. And in that case, the scramble drills and things like that you practice, you need to be on your P's and Q's with those. And then last but not least, don't let this be Travis Kelce breakout game where he has not looked like himself in the first 2. Don't let us be the team that gets him back on track. Let us be another game where Travis Kelce is limited because we gave him the attention that he deserves. And that's what they need to do for the Atlanta Falcons on defense against the Kansas City Chiefs. All right. And then last but not least, guys, you always got to talk about special teams. And in my opinion, special team was huge for the Atlanta Falcons this past game. If you look at some of the things that was able to do, the field goals, who was clean there, being able to stick with, even though we wasn't putting touchdowns on, Younghoe Koo was definitely putting that ball through the upright. Not only the biggest kick of the night was the extra point that he had to kick from 48 yards away because of the penalty by Greg London. So, and he went right down the middle. So that's the confidence you like from your kicker, being able to do that. But when we talk about special teams, we're starting to see a little bit more of this kickoff. It doesn't seem that a whole lot different for the most part. We have not seen a lot of returns. A lot of teams still it's kicking out the back of the end zone, creating a touchback. Only difference is this year, instead of getting the ball at 25, they're getting the ball at the 30. You have to live with that. You say, I will give an extra 5 yards, but we're not going to let somebody return the kick. So you're looking at that. Avery Williams is like he's back. Really, really good in the punt game. It was only 2 punts in the whole entire game. 4 punts in the entire game on Monday night. So it wasn't a lot of punts that was displayed because the defenses was just letting both offenses run up and down the field in Monday Night Football. But for special teams, you gotta like it. The biggest thing for me, special teams, you guys always know my first key is field position. You want to be able to manage field position. That's huge. If you can't get the field position the way you want it, especially with a guy like Patrick Mahomes, you can't get him a short field. So you want to be able to dictate the field position game. Remember that I always said that every offensive possession should end in the kick. So that's got to be key. And if we can manage field position, if we somehow still having issues on third down, we punt it deep and have them drive the length of the field. So field position is definitely going to be key. Our return game, if we can get it going, that would be great to create better field position for our offense. I like the way Marquise Williams think about it when he says that kick return, punt return is really the first play on offense, right? Because the question is how many first downs you can get for your offense before they have to get on the field, right? So that's always should be the key on returns, right? And then on kick coverage, you need to just make sure you're holding them and not letting them get the advantage in field position. Next is be able to not give up explosive plays. The Kansas City Chiefs got a pretty good special teams. That kicker is pretty much locked in. Buckner, that guy don't seem like he missed. So we got to be able to not have explosive plays because don't take much for him to get into field position to be able to kick a field goal. So that's really going to be key for us. And then we have to create explosive plays. If we can create explosive plays on special teams, it's always game changers. And if you look at a game if you're looking at the first 2 weeks of the season, you see how close these games are. I mentioned on my last podcast where if you look at a team like the Kansas City Chiefs that could easily be 0-2, but they're 2-0, right? They're just defending Super Bowl champions. Nobody is not underestimating that, but believe me, they have not played their best game yet, and they're still 2-0, and it's just like that. So this is a really competitive league. The parity is real, right? And the whole cliche any given Sunday is real as well. So any advantage you can get, with any three phases of the game, you need to take advantage of that, right? The whole notion that the Atlanta Falcons stole a game in Philly is just not the case. The Atlanta Falcons went and won that game because, like I said, every play matters. Something that you think was minute, and then it changes the entire game. Saquon Barkley missing that reception, only gave Atlanta Falcons the opportunity to go down and win. They still had to go down and do it. It wasn't given to them. It's not like they had the lead and he dropped the ball and there was nothing they could do. And in reality, the Atlanta Falcons still had to receive the kickoff and then drive 70 yards for the touchdown. And then Younghoe Koo, going back to special teams, had to make a 48-yard field goal to just take the lead because of a penalty. So everything matters. That's how tough this lead is. And when you think about special teams, believe me when I tell you that it plays a big, important role into how teams win and lose games. So, guys, there you have it. Those are my keys for today. Offense, defense, and special teams. You guys know I like to recap. I think what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start putting them up on here for you guys can see them. But, when you talk about the offensive side of the ball, like I said, you're going to run the ball, continue to do what you've been doing in the run game. We eliminate the pressures on the quarterback, try to keep a clean pocket for Kurt, because I think if you do that, we saw how dynamic he could be. And then we got to get our third down going to be more proficient on third down and be better in the red zone. If we can do that on offense, the Atlanta Falcons definitely have a chance. On defense, I invite the Kansas City Chiefs to run the ball. I'm just saying it. Run the ball. You don't want to try to limit Patrick Mahomes throwing the ball up and down the field. Make them drive the distance. The whole bend don't break. I love that philosophy here. You want to be able to put some pressures on him, make him uncomfortable as you can. I think he's sometimes impatient and he will make mistakes. That's one thing you can't say about Patrick Mahomes. And then last but not least, do not let Travis Kelce have his breakout game of the season against us on Sunday Night Football. Going to special teams, you want to be able to make sure you control the field position throughout the game, on the kickout game and the return game. Make sure that you don't allow any explosive plays. Like I said, they got a good kicker. You automatically put points on board if they get any explosive plays in the kicking game. And then last but not least, let us create some explosives on our side. We can do that, how many first downs that we can get for our offense before they go out there and take their first snap. So, guys, there you have it. I definitely want to hear from you. Let me know what you think about my keys that I provided you guys today. And let's see, can we go out and get that win on Sunday night? I'll definitely be there. I don't know if you guys heard Arthur Blank getting inducted in the Ring of Honor, and he's giving away free hot dogs and things like that. So if you love to eat hot dogs, be at the stadium, be loud. We're going to need you. Another primetime game, back to back. And just like somebody said, hey, don't embarrass us on national TV because we're the only show on in town, and we want to be able to, enjoy it. It's going to be live in the stadium. I'll see you guys there. Make sure you chime in and let me know about what you think about my keys of the victory against the Kansas City Chiefs, where the two-time defending Super Bowl champions are coming to town. There you have it. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.